So we've spoken a little bit about the things that have been challenging, the things that you've had to deal with in the last couple of years or in 2019. What have been some of the pleasant surprises that 2019 has brought you?
I guess probably one of the biggest things for me is the support that we continue to get, and exponential support from our independent bars and bottle-os in and around Brisbane. It's been, without them, we would have no wholesale. People like Jill from the Old Mill.
The Old Mill, now the Woods. That's absolutely cranking up there.
It's cranking. The Bowen Phil's, celebrations.
Bowen Phil's, yeah.
Those guys, if they hadn't have said, cool, we like what you're doing, we don't know you, but we like what you're doing, we'll have a crack at it, this thing would have fallen apart a long time ago. And in 2017-18 was really great, and 2019 it's got even better. And I guess it's a bit of gratitude to those guys because they don't have to take us. They have such choice.
We've got 4,000 different beers that are knocking on their door every single day, multiple limited releases and everything like that, that they could probably poke a stick at. So to have that relationship, and like I was saying, that's one of the greatest things that I've kind of taken out of this year is meeting all these kind of independent bottle shop guys and building that relationship with them, and them understanding what we're about, not just as a beer provider, but a company and a culture as well, and getting them on board down that line. So that's been a really, really great part of this year is the independent bars, independent bottle shops, like you said, just getting them on board and getting them support, and they're always happy to see you.
Yeah, and and then ultimately it's about the consumer. Like, they also have a lot of choice out there, and they're choosing to go to those places, to those independent bottlers and bars, and they're choosing to drink Revel, and that's really humbling because there's a lot of choice. And when they're smashing our IPA on school nights, it's like, wow, that's really cool. And because that's what you always set out to achieve. You want to create a product that people love and they buy. But the surprise was creating a product that people buy to then sell to the consumer, which is the one that you're really focusing on. And we've got a lot of support in that space, which is just amazing. So we're like, how do we strengthen that connective tissue between those guys in 2020?
Yeah.
So it goes back to things like we were mentioning a little bit earlier, like getting them in to actually learn about the beers, learn about you guys and where you come from, and learning the story about what the beer is.
Yeah, I mean, especially like when you take kind of the beer side of things, bottle shops themselves, they don't really kind of pour beers. They're not in that type of environment. It's just it's
more transactional.
Very transactional, yeah. So to give them the education and everything like that, then when their customer comes in, they're standing there in front of the wall of 1,000 beers. They can come up behind them and say, hey, have you tried this? Or what style are you after? Oh, this is a great style. This comes from this part of Germany, and this is the reason why it's like this, and this is the heritage behind this type of beer and all this type of stuff. And then obviously the end consumer will be just like, wow, I walked in here not knowing what I want, and I've been educated on this beer that I probably never would have tasted, and now I'm taking it home.
Yeah.
So that's a cool thing.
So leading off the back of that, obviously that's the pleasant thing that's happened this year. Do you have any specific goals for 2020 as it stands?
Yeah, I guess we really want to kind of energize our team, electrify them if you want, like kind of get them really, really pumped about what they do and they have been doing, but give them the headspace to do more great work, and get our kind of that whole employee happiness thing nailed. I think one
critical. Key point to happiness will be every person in November will be growing a Goragmo, and if you can't, we'll actually get the stick-on ones for you. So
they don't call me Gorag.
It creates happiness.
They call me Sanchez when I grew up.
I want to see your mustache.
I did it last year, and it was a very cold month at home. I can tell you. No, it's we do our bit for
Wispy Wonders.
Yeah, Wispy Wonders. Yeah. No, I can't. I'm not old enough yet to grow a beard.
Yeah, more like borag instead of
Are you
gorag.
sure you're allowed to drink that?
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of really energize the team and get them prepared for our future, which, you know, is we talked about. We think it's bright. We've got a lot of runway, and then to start executing on some of that expansion concepts for another day, which is really exciting. And then I guess the other thing is taking stock and reflecting. Just come towards the end of the year, we have 2 years of data. We have 2 years of great success and some really hard times that we can like all have a retrospective, and that's something we did last year really well. When we went down to Tasmania to pick up some fresh hops, we had pretty much the whole team down there, which is fantastic. So we had this big retro and we reflected on what we did well and what we didn't do so well, and we've been trying to apply those lessons throughout the year, and so we're going to do that again. And I look forward to all of those interesting lessons that are going to come out, patting ourselves on the back for doing the good things, and then kind of pivoting and, you know, continuing to innovate in 2020.
I'm looking forward to the Hawaii trip for that retrospective.
The Hawaii trip?
Yeah, the Hawaii trip.
What's in
with
Hawaii?
Pina coladas. That's our next trip.
That's just your personal getaway.
For tax purposes.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
And definitely a couple of brewery tours over there.
Research and development. Well, I'm going to Perth soon. Do you know any good breweries in Perth? Little creatures, obviously.
Yeah,
definitely.
Aside from that, everyone keeps throwing little creatures at me.
Institution.
It's good,
there's
man.
a whole bunch of off the beaten track little breweries over there you got to go check out. I'll go with you. My brother's over there. It's overdue that I should see him.
Good, very good.
So yeah, we'll go on a trail.
I'll go with you as well because I've never been there.
I'm going to the cricket as well. So come along.
The man behind the camera. You can come too, brother.
Everyone's coming.
Jeez, I've had a few beers tonight.
Couple of IPAs really loosens that wallet.
Wake up in the morning. Sally's like, "Yeah, you've booked 5 tickets to Perth for December."